Okay, these are my first impressions of Pokemon Scarlet. Specifically Pokemon Scarlet because that's the one I'm playing. So I might have done something like this in another channel. I don't remember, but I've been recently... I basically recently in the last month or so restarted Scarlet. My first playthrough, I didn't get too far. I think I got 2 gym badges. I think I beat one of the Titan Pokemon, and that's about it. But I'm currently doing on my channel, as you should know if you're watching this, or maybe you don't, I am completing a live Pokédex. The first challenge of that bigger challenge is that I'm completing the Pokédex for Scarlet and Violet. And so I restarted the game recently because of that. I'm only like, I haven't even gotten to, I just barely got to the school. Okay, so I just barely got to the school and I have recorded 3 episodes of this challenge so far. Each episode being about an hour-ish long or so. But I wanted to talk about my first impressions of the game because I know this is a hot button topic and people are still talking about it and refer to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet in a very negative way, which, you know, there is reason for that, but I wanted to kind of just give my thoughts on it as well. So my first impressions of the game. So this is coming from a long-time Pokemon fan. I mean, I have played Pokemon since I was a very young kid in New York. I still remember the anime coming out. I still remember the Pokemon cards. I still remember the games, red, blue, yellow. You know, it was the best time to be alive. You know, as a young Pokemon fan, it was probably the most epic, like one of the most, and this might be a little sad to say, but it was one of my fondest memories as a child. It's the nostalgia I have for Pokemon was birthed, you know, at that age. I was like, I was definitely, you know, younger than 10. I was like around 5 or something like that. So, which kind of hits with the timeline of when it came out. But basically, Pokemon was everything for me when I was a kid. And to this day, I still have such a fond and special place in my heart for Pokemon, even though they haven't been living up to the same magic that they were, you know, doing back in the day. Now, obviously, Pokemon is a franchise that has been around for 25 years. So the same magic is impossible, nearly impossible to uphold. The only other time I saw that the world got impacted as strongly as it did when it first came out was when Pokemon Go first came out again. Well, is when I saw that same magic of Pokemon like reignite in people's hearts and eyes, you know what I mean? Pokemon Go was a huge phenomenon. I know people still play it today and it's still huge, but you know, those 2 events when Pokemon first came out and Pokemon Go were like just, that's when the magic was like at the peak, in my opinion. So anyways, my point of all this is to just have you understand, you know, where I'm coming from as a Pokemon fan. So, now, Scarlet and Violet. I am very much enjoying the game. I actually very much enjoy the game. On my most recent live stream episode, I had somebody join me and, you know, gave me some cool Pokemon, which honestly, you know, Red Valo, I'm not going to be counting them towards my Pokédex. I really appreciate you giving me those Pokemon though. But except for maybe Quaxley and Sprigatito, because I do need those 2, which I don't think I'd be able to obtain in the normal playthrough of the game. But if I do, then I probably won't use them. But anyways, my challenge is basically completing the Pokédex and trying to do it as honest as possible, sort of thing. And then eventually the live decks as well. So, yeah. So, and Trading Pokemon, I'm not super enthused about because I prefer for them to be a Pokemon that I catch. So that's why if I can catch them somehow, then I prefer to do that. If I can't, then I'll probably accept them as a traded Pokemon. But anyways, so yeah, my first impressions, basically, the game is good. It's fun. It's very fun. And the graphics are actually really good. I actually really like the graphics. They remind me a little bit of Let's Go Pikachu mixed with Sword and Shield. And Let's Go Pikachu for me is actually probably one of my favorite graphics of Pokemon overall. I really like that like semi-chibi style. The Diamond and Pearl remakes chibi style, I do not like that much. But the Let's Go versions of them, chibi is semi-chibi. I really, really like that style. So, yeah, Scarlet and Violet's is kind of like a mix of that and Sword and Shield. I feel like, right? And I really dig it. I think it's really good. The Pokemon look great. And again, the story from what I've experienced so far isn't horrible. There's a lot of objectives. There's a lot of things to get in the overworld, which is great. It's a huge game, I can tell already. I mean, there's so much you can do, and there's so much you can grab. There's items literally everywhere. And me being somewhat of a completionist, it's definitely... It's a good and bad thing because, I need to get everything sort of thing. So, I'm happy about it, and it hasn't been that exhausting at all. It hasn't been annoying, having to get everything. So I'm enjoying it, and I don't think it's going to get annoying, but we'll see. I know the game is huge, so we'll see. But I really am enjoying it. But we do have to be honest here and say, the game itself has its issues. It has problems. I swear, at least every minute, but there's always a little bit of a glitch going on somewhere. Like, you could just tell, for a second that something just isn't right. The camera, freaks out, or the screen freaks out, or something. Or there's a little glitch or something. There's always something happening that you can tell that the game is not 100%, quality, if that makes sense. It's it works, right? I haven't had it break on me like a lot of people have said online. And I'm sure it's because, the team has been putting out updates where they've been trying to fix all those, broken situations in the game. But I think at its core, it wasn't given enough time, and that's ultimately what the problem is with the Pokemon Company, is that they just do not have enough time to work on their games. Really, really work on them to where they can polish them up to a degree that we have known for since I was a kid, right? I think that the 3DS games were, up until the 3DS, the games were extremely well polished. The DS era is where the games really, for me, were the best. And then it kind of just fell apart after that. Not necessarily fell apart, but it started to crumble. And now we're experiencing, it's just like that switch to the Switch, From the 3DS to the Switch, I think is what really made it difficult for the Pokemon Company, or it's making it difficult for the Pokemon Company. And I know these are all subjects and topics that everyone's sick of hearing because it's been beat to death at this point. I mean, the game has been out for, I think, more than a year now. And it's still got problems, but I think it's because at its core, it's a little broken, and I've mentioned this on past live streams and stuff, but for me personally, the game, it just feels like it's a really great game. There's a really amazing game in there, but it is broken. It's a broken, really incredible game, And I don't think that they can fix that. I don't think that they can go really fix all the issues it has anymore, because there was just too many problems at the get-go. So yeah, it's unfortunate. So in reality, my first impressions basically is that the game itself is fun. It's extremely fun, but it has its issues. I mean, that's basically it, you know? So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm having a lot of fun. And again, this challenge that I'm doing, I'm really excited about to keep playing it. Like I said, I've already recorded up to 3 episodes. So I'm at 3 episodes of my Pokédex completion for Scarlet. After I complete Scarlet and Violet, I guess, which right now I'm really just kind of going through the story, and then I'll focus on catching all the Pokemon. You know, I'm going to catch anything I can while I'm finishing the story, but I know once I finish the story, I'll actually be able to catch way more Pokemon. So I'm kind of just going through the story now, then going to go back and catch everything I need. And then I know that there's like max raids and stuff like that we can do it with friends and stuff, which I might have like a tournament, or not a tournament, but like a max raid weekend or something where we could play with, you know, whoever wants to play a couple times a month or whatever. Or even for I don't know, whatever. The point is, I'm going to be live streaming this game once a week at least. So Pokemon Mondays is Pokemon Day for my channel. So definitely tune in. I have to live stream pretty late, 10:30 p.m., 10 p.m. my time, which is Mountain Standard Time. My wife works full time, so I work full time in the day. She works full time at night. So we switch off babysitting our kids. We have 2 young boys, and they require a lot of attention. So I have to wait until they fall asleep. And after that is when I can actually live stream. So that's why I'm very limited with my time. But it is, it's a very fun challenge. And I love doing it. So yeah. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts. What are your impressions of the game itself? Do you absolutely love it? Do you care that it's a little broken? What have you experienced with it in terms of like it's glitching or broken stuff that happens in the game? Yeah, definitely love to, you know, talk to you guys about it. Join my Discord if you want. We have a lot of awesome people in my Discord that we talk every single day, all the time. We have questions of the day. You know, there's a lot of things that we do. And besides that, like and subscribe. I would appreciate that. And then consider joining as a member to the channel. You get exclusive live streams and eventually exclusive videos and stuff, and a lot of cool little fun perks or whatever. So anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.